Good evening, everybody. It's 8 o'clock. And welcome to this special Memorial Day edition of the Friday Night Fun Net on the K9RFD Repeater in Rockford. My name is Jim. My call is K9GCR. I'm located in Freeport. I'll be your host this evening. The purpose of having this net is what the name implies, to have fun. This is what this hobby of Rabbit Radio is all about, in addition to providing emergency communications if when the situation warrants. A secondary purpose of this net is to provide an on-air and meeting place for all amateur radio operators. Everybody's welcome to check in. You do not have to be a member of any club, organization, group, or association to participate in this net. All you need is a valid FCC license. This net meets each and every Friday evening at 8 p.m. This repeater is the PL 114.8 plus offset. You need to have that programmed into your radio in order to have access to the repeater. For those of you who may be using older radios that do not have PL capability, or the PL on your radio is not working properly, you can check into the Friday Night Fun Net by using the repeater output frequency of the straight 195 setplex. If I hear you, I will acknowledge you and check you in the net. This is the Friday Night Fun Net for Friday, May 26, 2023. This net is being live streamed on the internet. For those of you who listen on the internet and you wish to check in, just check into the internet with Mike, K9MED in Rochelle, who's also recording this on the Facebook page for future replay. And check in on the internet, and Mike will in turn relay your internet check to me via the radio. Also, if you're on the 60, you can hear the repeater, but you can't get to it due to the conditions, or else you're too far away from it, or else you don't have internet access. Give me a call on the Friday Night Fun Net Central Hotline. It's area code 815-232-FN, 232-3636, the local Freeport number. I'll take your check-in over the phone, but try to check it on the radio first if possible. Okay, here's what we're going to do. First, we're going to take short timer mobile station. If you have family time, or you can't stay for the net for obvious reasons, you'd rather concentrate on your driving, we'll take your short time on mobile check-in, and if you have traffic, we'll do your traffic right away. After we get done with short time on mobile stations, we'll take general check-ins. First, we'll take general check-ins in northern Illinois. Next, we'll take general check-ins in southern Wisconsin. After that, we'll take general check-ins from anywhere in northern Illinois or southern Wisconsin. When you check in the net state, whether or not you have traffic, your traffic consists of breakfast, bike rides, marathons, or hamfest stuff. I just want to mention I had two early bird check-ins. Larry, K9KZT, called me on the phone and asked me to put him down as an early check-in, which I've done so. And Joe, K9JPP, those are my two early bird check-ins. Okay, we're going to do our regular features. We'll do our Friday Night Fun Net Tech Corner. This is our technical or TechNet portion of the net. This is where you ask technical questions. Are you having a problem with your power supply or amplifier? What kind of an antenna do you want to put up in your tower? What kind of a radio do you want to buy? Base, mobile, all mode, or what have you? Digital radio. If you have any technical questions, please feel free to ask them. We'll do our best to answer them for you. We had a good TechNet portion last week, so we'll see what happens tonight. Then we'll do the Friday Night Fun Net DX Corner. Did you make any DX contacts this week? I did not. But if anybody did, we would like to hear from you about who did you all contact on HF for this week. Then we'll have our SWAT net. If you have any items to buy, sell, trade, or want related to hobbies of amateur radio or computers, we'll do that. This is the special Memorial Day edition of Friday Night Fun Net. I do this every year. I ask everybody. We have quite a few hands that served in the military. I'm going to ask them what branch of the service they served, and also if you have any family members who are currently serving or at one time did serve in the military. So that'd be a great. It's going to be a great net. Like I said, I do this every Memorial Day weekend. Okay, with all the so-called formalities out of the way, let's get underway. Do we have any short time mobile stations would like to check in? Please call now.
K9 KC9GCR, W9JTC, checking in short time. Have a great net, sir.
This is K9GCR with the Friday Night Fun Net on the K9RFD Repeater in Rockford. Transferring from Friday Night Fun Net Center in Freeport. W9JTC, I got you checked in. I think I may have screwed up one tonight when you checked into the swap net. We'll talk more about that at another time, but the net control screwed up this past Wednesday night. So, okay. Thanks for checking in, Jamie. Any more short-time remote stations you want to check in, please now.
KD9MED, short time.
K9JZ, Mike.
Okay, hold on here. KD9YBG. Dale, got you checked in short time. 7-3, have a good evening. Maybe we'll catch you on the Ragtune net tomorrow night. H9JZ, hello, Mike. We haven't heard you in a while. Thanks for checking in.
I'll probably copy on the net. I'm cooking out right now with some friends. So, 73 K9GZ off.
You enjoy your cookouts. It's definitely good weather for it. I got you checked in. I went out had to put you down as an honorary check-in like I do every week. So, okay. Thanks for checking in. You have a safe and sane Memorial Day holiday weekend. Do we have any more short-time remote stations you'd like to check in? Please call now.
And
AC9NW, Tom and Roscoe, short time, no traffic.
AC9NW, Tom and Roscoe. Okay, Tom, we got you checked in. Southern, have a good evening. He will catch you tomorrow night on the Saturday evening Ragtune net. There was another station trying to check in. Other station, come back, please.
and 9GBP, Greg in Rockford, no traffic tonight.
N9GBP, okay, Greg, I got you checked. Are you checking in short time?
Oops, yeah, I forgot to say short time.
Yeah, I gotta watch what I say too, but I don't know if I'm short time or on do the Northern Illinois segment. Okay, thanks for checking in, Greg. Have a good evening. We'll catch you tomorrow night in the Ragtune net. Any more short time on both stations I'd like to check in? Please call now.
KC9QPL, Paul Lewis Park, short time, no traffic.
KC9QPL, Paul and Lewis Park. Okay, Paul, I've got you checked in. You have a good evening. We'll talk to you down the log. Any more short time on lower stations you want to check in? Please call now.
K9SSV, Mike and Roscoe, short time.
KD9SSV, Mike and Roscoe, short time, got you checked in, Mike. Somebody have a good evening. I didn't mention there, I'm using red and blue ink with patriotic colors for the Memorial Day edition of the net. So, okay, thanks for checking in, Mike. Maybe we'll catch you tomorrow night on the Ragtune net. Any more short time remote stations for the Friday Night Fun net? Please call now. Okay, there being no further short time stations, we'll go with general check-ins. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 short time stations I had. One moment, please. Okay, I had to turn the TV down. I was watching State Line Area Quiz Bowl. They had a live broadcast tonight. Winnebago is the new Quiz Bowl champions. They defeated Rockford Auburn. So those of you who didn't watch that show, that's a good show. They have they run that 3 times a week, and I usually watch it on Sunday night, but it was a live broadcast, so I decided to watch it tonight. I don't know if they'll have repeats or not, but Winnebago Indians are your new Quiz Bowl champions. Okay, do we have any more? Now at this time, I'll take check-ins from Northern Illinois for the Friday Night Fun Net. Please call now.
Kilo Delta 9, Quebec Victor Whiskey, mobile short time.
Okay, Angelo, this time I got your call right. KD9QVW. We'll get back to you a few minutes around for the round table if you're still going to be with us. Otherwise, drive safely. Thanks for checking in. Any more general check-ins for Northern Illinois for the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
KC9GCR, W9AXD Matt and Rockford, no traffic.
W9AXD, Matt and Rockford have got you checked in, Matt. I'll get back to you a few minutes around table. Thanks for checking in. Thanks for the putting on that great get-together we had this past last Sunday at Camp Winnebago. I'll definitely talk more about that in a few minutes there. Any more general check-ins from Northern Illinois for the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. Showing the weather, so we'll try it one more time. Any more general check-ins from Northern Illinois for the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
N9EGF.
Okay, I've got 2 more stations checked in. Sorry for the delay, folks, but I'm trying to write. I can't talk and write at the same time. N9EGF, Kevin and Robert. I've got you checked in, Kevin. I'll get back to you a few minutes round table. Thanks for checking in. And the KD9MED, Mike and Rochelle, who's live streaming this net on the around the world on the internet and recording this net for future replay on the Friday Night Fun Net Central Facebook page. Okay, Mike, I got you checked in. Any more general check-ins from Northern Illinois for the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. Okay, well, no further check-ins from Northern Illinois. We'll take a good turnout. Let's see if we get just as good a turnout from southern Wisconsin. 8 stations in southern Wisconsin would like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net. Please call now.
Alpha 9, Victoria Uniform, Michael and
AA9VU, Mike in Janesville, I've got you checked in. Mike, I don't know. I'm just barely able to read you, but I recognize your voice. There's definitely a lot of static with your signal. I don't know what's going on. You might want, if you're using an HT, you might want to increase your power or change the location. I'll get back to you a few minutes around table. Thanks for checking in. Any more general check-ins from southern Wisconsin for the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. Well, it is Friday night, fish fry night in Wisconsin. Everybody's at their favorite bar, restaurant, tavern, eating their catfish, buffalo, carp, bullhead, northern pike, walleye, muskie, or crappie, or bluegills. You cheese lovers are not the those of you in Milwaukee area, you're in your Polish sausages, hot dogs, brats, kielbasa, or Braunschweiger. Of course, you cheese lovers read some of that famous Wisconsin cheese. Okay. The Brewers are playing the San Francisco Giants at American Family Field in Milwaukee. You betcha there's a lot of tailgaters out in the parking lot there. So, okay. Do we have any check-ins from anywhere in northern Illinois or southern Wisconsin who'd like to check the Friday night fun net? Please call now. This is K9GCR with the Friday night fun net on the K9RFD Repeater Rockford, transmitting for Friday night fun net central here in Freeport. Any more general check-ins from anywhere in northern Illinois or southern Wisconsin would like to check in? Please call now.
KD9MED, Cary and Rockford.
K9MED, Cary and Rockford, have got you checked in. A great time. It was past last Sunday at the swamp meetings and social. So, okay, sounds good. We'll get back to you in a few minutes with your, I know you have a DX report there first before we get to your roundtable there. So, okay. Any more general check-ins from northern Illinois or southern Wisconsin would like to check the Friday night fun net? Please call now. Okay. Well, no further check-ins at this time. We'll try for some more check-ins later on during the net. The traffic I had. First of all, I'd like to thank everybody for putting on that wonderful swap meet and social last Sunday at Camp Winnebago. The weather was beautiful. I want to thank Norm, K9RGG in Orfordville, Wisconsin, for picking me up. And we had, from what I understand, 22 people showed up. But I think that was very successful in my book. So had a good time. We're thought about maybe doing it again, maybe sometime this fall, or maybe if not, maybe next spring at this time. So we'll talk about that on a future Friday night fun net sometime this summer. All right, let's go. Oh, that's right. We got some short time. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead with the roundtable. Angelo, KD9QBW, are you still with us?
KD9QBW here.
Okay. Are you? Did you serve in the military, or do you have any family members who are currently serving, or at one time served?
Just my dad. I was not in the military. I'm just a regular old civilian, Jimmy.
Okay, son. That sounds good there. So, and okay, what are your plans for the holiday?
I'm gonna go visit my mom and my sisters in Richmond, and we're gonna barbecue something on Monday. Should be a good time, I think.
It'll definitely be a good time, that's for sure. Okay, Angelo, drive safely. I'm assuming you're going home. Drive home safely and have a safe and sane holiday. We'll talk to you down the hall. All right. Matt, W9AXD. I know you served in the Navy, and are you having weren't you? You were a radio operator, weren't you, or what's the deal?
KC9GCR, W9AXD. I was signalman, so it was all visual, and then my reserve duty, I operated a radio. I had no idea what I was doing. I was kind of thrown into it, but figured it out. So, yeah, my grandfather, my father, great uncle, father-in-law, everybody served in the military.
Thanks to you and your family for your service. Would you like to comment about this week, that was the swap meet and social was the talk of the town, especially on the radio. Would you like to make any comments about that?
Yeah, no, it was a great time had by all. It was, it's a great facility out there. I love it out there. That's why I spend as much time as I can out there. And Everybody was, was awesome, and it was really, really nice to put some faces to the call signs. Back to net.
Yes, it was. I had a wonderful time. That's for sure. Next year, well, we don't know about the cooking situation, so I'll just forget about bringing brats next year. Next time we have it, I'll bring along a bag of Mrs. Mike's potato chips. They're made right here in Freeport. Okay, Matt. Hey, thanks for checking in. Kevin, N9EGF. What's going on with you? Did you serve in the military, or do you have any family members who are currently serving, or did serve at one time?
KC9GCR, N9EGF. Hi, Jimmy. No, I did not serve. However, my son is currently in the Marine Corps. So much like Kurt's son, they're doing Marine stuff, and I think Kurt's son is on the East Coast, and my son is on the West Coast. So he's staying busy with Marine duties as of late. But other than that, I don't really have any traffic. It was nice to check out that facility, and thanks, Matt, for arranging that at the YMCA camp. I'm looking forward to field day out there. I think that'll be really a fun thing and a cool activity. And people are interested in camping can camp out there, and I think we'll have a good time. So if you don't have it on your calendar already, put it on your calendar for field day coming up the end of June, and come on out and play radio and enjoy the sunshine and that beautiful park. So back to you, Jimmy. KC9GCR, N9EGF.
You bet it's a beautiful park. That's for sure. Hopefully, I know you'll have a good time at field days for a while. Looks like there was not going to be a field day in your area, but I'm glad that thanks to Kurt, KD9MED, and you and myself. On the other hand, we're kind of getting it going in there in your area, so that's good to hear. Hopefully the weather will cooperate. You have a good turnout, and then the band condition will be great. Okay, 7-3, Kevin. We'll talk to you down the log. Thanks for checking in. KD9MED, Mike. I know you were in the military, but do you have any family members who are serving or formerly served at one time? Thanks to you and your family for your service to this wonderful country of ours. Thank you. Okay, Mike, thanks for checking in. Let me know you have an internet check-in. Thanks. Okay. 8A9VU, Mike in Janesville. Let's hopefully that you got that situation resolved there. What's going on with you? Did you serve in the military, or do you have any family members who are currently serving, or who did serve at one time?
Yeah, my father was in the Army. In fact, he was in the Philippines in the World War II. Myself, I was in the Navy 1958 and 59, and 1960 I had an auto accident, and I was out of it all. So, so that's about the size of my service. KC9GCR, this is a Alpha 9 Victor uniform.
Mike, thank you for your service, and thanks to your family members for their service too. Thanks for checking in. Okay, Carrie, KD9MED. Did you have any? Do you have any family members who are currently serving or who did serve at one time in the military?
This is KD9MED. Thanks, Jimmy. Good evening, everybody. My uncle Ernie was in the service. I'm not during World War II, but I'm not sure what theater he was in. My uncle Harvey also was in World War II, and I'm pretty sure he was in Europe. KD9MED.
Okay, Carrie, thanks to your family members for their service to this country. So, okay, we'll get back to you. We'll get back to you a few minutes for your DX report. Oh boy, I'm doing it backwards here. I'm doing the round table before I get to the other stuff here. So, okay, do we have any more stations who would like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
Kilo Charlie 9, Golf Oscar Lima, Jimmy in Rockford.
K9GOL. Okay, Jimmy. Now I know you were overseas, but of course you were not involved in the military. You had other stuff going on. You were at the different parts of the world, Middle East, Singapore, and yes, but. Do you have any family members who are currently serving or did serve in the military at one time?
Well, Jimmy, my father was in the Navy in the Pacific War Theater. My brother was in the Air Force. My sister has 3 sons who all served, and 2 of them are still serving. One's in the at San Antonio, and the other one is at the embassy in Ankara, Turkey, for U.S. Embassy, and his daughter is a guard at the U.S. Consulate in Istanbul. So that kind of lines out the family. The KC9GOL, back to net control.
Thanks to your members of your family for your service to this country. And even though you were not in the military, you went overseas. Thanks for your service too. Okay, Jimmy. Would you like to comment on the swap meet and social?
Yeah, it was. I was very pleasantly surprised or happy with the people that showed up. I mean, we had I think 7 people selling, and the rest of the people were there visiting and buying, and so it seemed like everybody that was there had a great time. It was excellent. And again, thanks to Matt for getting the site. Thank you to the lady from the Y for the donuts. The facilities are wonderful and clean and nice, and shucks, I mean, I think everybody will have a great field day there. And I could see, any other functions we want to have being done there. I think that'd be a real nice place to do it. The KC9GOL, back to net control.
I think that would be a good place too. That's the ideal spot. You're right next to the shelter. You don't have so far to go. You need to use the restroom or anything like that. Next time, I remember when I use the restroom, I'll just put my hands under the faucet, then the water will come. I've never seen anything like that before.
Some of the new fandangled stuff we have in the big city,
Yeah, that's for sure. I'll next time we have, we might on a future Friday Night Fun, maybe sometime in summer, I'll ask everybody if they want to do it again, like in the fall or something like that. And if and when they do, I'm sure if not in the fall, we'll have it next spring. I'll remember to bring a bag of Mrs. Mike's potato chips there. So, okay, Jimmy, thanks. Hey, thanks for checking in. Are there any more stations who would like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. Well, I'm getting a slow turnout again. Of course, so everybody's out enjoying the weather. That has a lot to do with it too. But I'm still getting a good turnout. So 17 checking so far. All right, let's. You know what? Goodness sake, I gotta get to the TechNet portion. Now we're gonna go to the Friday Night Fun Net Tech Corner. This is our TechNet portion. This is where you ask any technical questions. Are you having a problem with your power supply or amplifier? What kind of an antenna do you want to put up in your tower? Do you want to get a base, mobile, or all-mode radio, or APRS, or FT8 radio, or what have you? So, okay, we had some technical questions last week. Do we have any technical questions this week? Anybody who wants to, anybody has any technical questions, please go ahead. Okay, well, I guess not. Oh, that's the way it goes. Last week we had technical questions. This week we're not having any. Okay, so we'll move on then. Let's move on to the Friday Night Fun Net DX Corner. This is where anybody who's made any DX reports, you're welcome to share them with us here too. Does anybody have a DX report that they'd like to pass along? Okay, K9MED Carrie, did you make any contacts this week?
This is KD9MED. Indeed, I did this week. Let's see. I did 19 QSOs this week. I was on the air for maybe 4 hours. I worked 14 countries. I'll save the best for last. Brief reset. On 15 meters, I worked my eighth ever Uruguay station. This was a guy in Melo, Uruguay. CX1 VH on 15 meters. In Hawaii on 15 meters, KH6BB. That's the battleship Missouri. I was really surprised. I spent some time on their website today, took a tour of the ship. Brief reset. On 20 meters, 5B4AMX in Cyprus. That's only my second ever Cyprus station. The most distant station I worked this week was probably YB1MR on 20 meters. He's in Bekasi, which is West Java, Indonesia. He makes my 19th Indonesian contact so far. Brief reset. I got an Asiatic Russia. I always like those. I've got 93 Russian stations so far I've worked, but only 5 of them are named Igor. This guy is named Igor. RW0CF on 17 meters. He's in Khabarovsk, which is on the Amur River, very close to China, only 10 miles away from the Chinese border, on the eastern side of Russia. Brief reset. And a new country. I worked a new country. JW/SQ9CNN on 20 meters. He's in Svalbard, which is a frigid island thingy that's north of Norway. So I'm hoping he confirms. He hasn't confirmed yet, but it was a solid QSO. And the big ones that got away this week, I don't have the call signs, but Samoa and St. Kitts. St. Kitts isn't that far away, but I haven't worked them yet, so. Anyway, a good week. Thanks, guys. KD9MED.
This is K9GCR to Friday Night Funnet on the K9RFD Repeater in Rockford, transmitting from Friday Night Funnet Central and Freeport. Oh, okay. Svalbard, oh, Spitsbergen, okay. I know that's definitely a cold place there, so okay. Well, hopefully you work Samoa and St. Kitts again sometime. That Battleship Missouri station, what was their call sign again?
That call sign is KH6BB. KH6BB. And they have a big website there. They've done a nice job of restoring the ship, and they've got lots of exhibits on there if you go to visit. And if you can't visit, they got an online tour so you can explore all. There's like 7 or 8 decks that you can go through. Thanks a lot, KD9MED.
You're welcome, Carrie. I've never been out to Hawaii before, but yeah, that's for sure. The Battleship Missouri is a few hundred yards from where the USS Arizona lay. The ship that was attacked on December 7, 1941, Pearl Harbor. I think that was good that the Defense Department, the Navy, what have you, did that way. They had the Battleship Missouri right next to the Arizona.
Yes, that's one of the things that I learned when I visited the website, along with many, many other things. Yeah, there's a lot of history in the Missouri. It was active up through it was reactivated for the Gulf War, and it's just amazing that they can preserve something like that. Hopefully we won't need one of those again. KD9MED.
Boy, ain't that the truth. We'll just have to see what happens down the road there. So hopefully you're right, Gary. Okay. Thanks for your DX report. Interesting DX reports there. So okay, sounds good. Does any other station have any DX reports they'd like to pass along? Thanks for your DX report, Terry. Okay, now we'll move on to SWAPnet. All lines to be bought, sold, or traded must be related to hobbies of rapid radio or computers. All lines to be bought, sold, or traded must be the property of and possession of the person who wants to get rid of stuff. We mentioned prices over the air, but any action should take place either in person or over the telephone. Also, no commercial business of any kind is allowed. Does anybody have any DX reports? We did that. Does anybody have any SWAPnet traffic guide to pass along? Okay, do we have any stations who like to check in the Friday Night Fun then? If you're coming home with your Friday Night fish fry, steak fry, grocery shop, or a show, you're buying groceries for your big Memorial Day picnic, and or if you just you just came home and turned your radio on, or you've been copying the mail for the last 40 minutes, this is your chance of checking the Friday Night Fun then from anywhere in the region. What's about traffic, please call K9GCR. Well, like I said, it's a slow net tonight. I think everybody's out enjoying the weather. Tell you what, after Memorial Day, make sure you want to check your AC and make sure it's working properly, because all throughout next week we're going to have our summer-like weather. This is the kind of weather that we hope for and pray for and dream about during when it's 20 degrees below zero, This is what it's all about. Good old summertime. Yes, sir. Okay, I picked up a couple of items there at the swap meet social. I got the Now You're Talking. All you need to get your first ham radio license. This was put out and published for Radio Shack by ARRL. I also picked up another law book there too. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I got the that's a very, very interesting book. I've got the let's see if I can find it. For our trivia segment, we're going to do the I don't know how many of you are still have started out as novice operators, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to read some of the questions from the old novice element 2 question pool. So we'll see how many. Like I said, I don't know how many novice people are available. So I'm going to read the question. Let me find it here. All right, let's find it. All right. All right. Okay, first question. This is from the old novice test pool. What are the frequency limits of the 80-meter novice band? A, 3,500 to 4,000 kilohertz. B, 3,675 to 3,725 kilohertz. C, 7,100 to 75. C, 7,100 to 7,150 kilohertz. D, 7,000 to 7,300 kilohertz. What are the frequency limits of the 80-meter novice band? A, 3,500 to 4,000 kilohertz. B, 3,675 to 3,725 kilohertz. C, 7,100 to 7,150 kilohertz. D, 7,000 to 7,300 kilohertz. Anybody have a correct answer to this question?
This is KD9MED. I was a novice back in the 1960s. I'm gonna guess B, Bravo.
You are correct, Terry. You are correct. What are the frequency limits of the 80-meter novice band? Correct answer is B, Bravo. 3675 to 3725 kilohertz. Okay, thanks. Now all right, let's see. All right, if I can find the right. Okay. What are the frequency limits of the 40-meter novice band in the ITU region 2? A, 3,500 to 4,000 kilohertz. B, 37,000 to 3,700 to 3,750 kilohertz. C, 7,100 to 7,150 kilohertz. D, 7,000 to 7,300 kilohertz. What are the frequency limits of the 40-meter novice band? ITU region 2. A, 3,500 to 4,000 kilohertz. B, 3,700 to 3,750 kilohertz. C, 7,100 to 7,150 kilohertz. D, 7,000 to 7,300 kilohertz. Anybody have a correct answer to this question?
C.
Okay, say that again. Come back.
The answer is C.
You are correct. You are correct. Just a minute, I got all you. What are the frequency limits of the 40-meter novice band? Correct answer is C, Charlie, 7,100 7,150 kilohertz. Okay, let's see if we can find another one here. Oh, boy. Okay. Okay. just a minute. Okay. What is the most transmitter power a novice station may use on the 23 centimeter band? A, 5 watts PEP output. B, 25 watts PEP output. C, 200 watts PEP output. D, 1500 watts PEP output. What is the most transmitter power a novice station may use on the 23 centimeter band? A, 5 watts PEP output. B, 25 watts PEP output. C, 200 watts PEP output. D, 1500 watts PEP output. Anybody correct to answer this question? Okay, what is the most transmitter power a novice station may use on the 23 centimeter band? The correct answer is A, output. 5 watts PEP output. Okay, let's find another one. Okay, this might be a dead giveaway, but I think I'll read it anyway. What emission types are novice control operators allowed to use from 3675 to 3725 kilohertz? A, phone only. B, image only. C, data only. D, CW only. What emission types are novice control on? Let's do that again. What emission types are novice control operators allowed to use from 3675 to 3725 kilohertz? A, phone only. B, image only. C, data only. D, CW only. Anybody have correct answer to this question?
K9MED is guessing D delta.
You are correct, Terry. You are correct. What emission types are novice control operators allowed to use from 3675 to 3725 kilohertz? Correct answer is D delta, CW only. All right. Okay, I think this will be the last novice question for of the evening there. We'll do this again another time. On what HF frequencies may novice control operators use single sideband or SSB phone? A, 3700 to 3750 kilohertz. B, 7100 to 7150 kilohertz. C, 21100 to 21200 kilohertz. D, 28300 to 28500 kilohertz. On what HF frequencies may novice control operators use single sideband or SSB phone? A, 3700 to 3750 kilohertz. B, 7100 to 7150 kilohertz. C, 21100 to 21200 kilohertz. D, 28300 to 28500 kilohertz. Anybody have a correct answer to this question?
GOL says D.
You are correct, Jimmy. You are correct. On what HF frequencies may novice control operators use single sideband SSB phones? Correct answer is D delta, 28300 to 28500 kilohertz. That portion of the band is now reserved for technicians. Well, folks, I think you guys, Terry and Jimmy, you guys did all right on this novice portion of the Friday Night Fun trivia. Well, I think we'll do it. I think we'll do it again sometime. Okay. At this time, do we have any more stations who'd like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
Alpha Charlie 9, Golf Oscar, Larry in Rockton.
AC9GO, Larry in Rockton. Okay, what's going on with you? First of all, did you serve in the military? And do you have any family members who are currently serving or who formerly served at one time?
The most I got into was ROTC at Purdue when I was there. And actually, I was named after an uncle that left for overseas during World War II, because it was November of 1942, and he left for overseas the night before I was born. So that's how I got my name. The reason I wasn't in the military, which would have been in Vietnam, was because I had cancer a couple of years before that, and had a tumor removed, and so they put me on a 1Y classification, which meant if things really got rough, then they'd call me. But never got called. It's kind of interesting. I interviewed, I can't remember the general's name that was head of the draft, but I interviewed him when I was in radio a number of years after that. So nobody currently in the family is in the military, but had a foster son that was in it. I had a stepson that was in the military. So anyhow, back to you, Jimmy. AC9GO.
Well, thanks to your family members for your service, their service to this wonderful country of ours. Okay, Larry, would you like to comment on the successful swap meet social we had last Sunday?
Hey, I tell you, I really enjoyed it. I had a ball. Met a lot of guys that I talked to on the air, and hadn't really met in person. And I think that's going to be a beautiful place for our field day too. So I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, good time I think was had by all, and we thank Matt and Larry for the work they did putting that thing together, and I really appreciate it. AC9GO.
Okay, sounds good. On some future Friday night fun that sometime this summer, I think I'm going to ask the question. Do you want? I'm sure we're going to do this again, but I'm going to ask everybody. Do you want to do this during the fall, after sometime after CFMC Radio Expo is over with, or do you want to wait and do it again next spring? But I'll ask that question down the line. But we talked about this. I think it was on the Rah-Rah Net Monday night or the Tuesday evening help in the Tech Net. But I think that was I had a wonderful time, Lord. I think we're definitely going to be doing this again. Hey, this was our date. This was our invention as far as I'm concerned. Who wants to go to Dayton when you can go to Rockford?
Yeah, there you go, Jimmy. There you go. Besides, this was free. AC9GO.
Sounds good. Okay, Larry. Hey, thanks for checking in. So, okay. Do we have any more stations? Want to check the Friday Night Fun net? Please go now. This is K9 GCR, the Friday Night Fun net on the K9RFD Repeater in Rockford, transmitting from Friday Night Fun net Central in Freeport. Do we have any more stations you'd like to check in? Please go now. Hey, I was just saying, hey, Kerry, KD9MED. I was talking to Larry K9KGT. We were talking about the novice class. He said he wished he wished that they could, the FCC could bring that back. What do you think about bringing the? Well, we're just talking here. What do you think about bringing the? Should the FCC bring back the novice class or whatever?
This is KD9MED. I never considered the question before, so I guess I'd have to have some time to think about what the pros and cons would be on that. KD9MED.
Okay, well, we'll talk more about this when Larry is able to participate. You got something else going on there, so we'll just see what we'll see what happens. Any more stations want to check the Friday Night Fun net? Please call now. Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, I was not able to serve in the military because of a disability. I still have to keep my old draft card in my billfold in my wallet. As it was classified as I had to appear before the draft board back in 1966. I had just turned 18. I was in high school, and I had an examination. I was classified as 4F with my disability, so I was not able to serve. Let's see. I had an aunt she served as an Army nurse during World War II. She served in the CIB theater, China, India, Burma theater. She even brought back an old ashtray from India, which I have there. And let's see, my grandfather was in the U.S. Troop K, United States Cavalry. He served in the Spanish-American War and the Philippine insurrection around the turn of the 20th century. I think I had a couple of cousins there with their nephews who served in the Air Force. I think another one went to West Point. That was it as far as my family's military service goes. Okay, any more stations want to check the Friday Night Fun net? Please call now.
AC9GOL with traffic.
AC9GOL, go ahead, Jimmy.
Okay, well, now that we have our swap meet over with on Sunday, June 4th, the Starved Rock Radio Club will have their Ham Fest at Mendota, at the fairgrounds in Mendota, and I believe that's 503 First Avenue, and the time is for tailgating is from 6 o'clock in the morning to 1 p.m., and the buildings open up at 8 o'clock to 1 p.m., and let's see, doggone it, I think advance tickets are $8, and probably going to be $10 at the door, but it always seems to be a good tailgate. And they're going to have VE testing down there. They're going to have GoBox or GoKit testing. Yep. So anyway, if you don't have anything to do this coming, not this Sunday, but a week from Sunday, come on down to Mendota for the Starbrook Ham Fest. This is KC9GOL, back to net control.
Thank you, Jimmy, for bringing that traffic. And I never thought about that. Yeah, Starbrook Ham Fest. That'd be good there. So yeah, there's even an article in the this month's Ham Rag about that. So thank you very much. So okay, any more stations want to check in the Friday night fun net? Please go now.
Hi, Jimmy. W9AXD Chad up in Janesville. What traffic?
Okay, W9, just a minute here. Let me get organized here. W9AXD. Hello, Chad. Go ahead with your traffic.
Well, I just want to let everyone know again about Thursday evening, 7 p.m. on the 146.400 Simplex. Every Thursday at 7 is the Rock County Simplex net. And yesterday we had 3. It was Jimmy here, and then Scott, KC9YI, Monroe, and Bill, WI9 Victor, WI9V in Monroe. So new check-in. Did not get any of my regular check-ins, like Kevin and Jim and Joe, anybody, but a couple other people from Greene County, and of course, like I say, Jim. Talked a little bit about DMR, very, very briefly, getting that underway here, and DMR Repeater going online in Janesville here this year at our tower. So looking forward to that. So, like I say, every Thursday at 7 p.m. on 146.400 Simplex is the Rock County Simplex net. Love to have everyone check in. I'm not going to go into that. I can't do that as good as Jimmy. Tell your mom, tell your dad, tell your neighbors, tell your barber. No, I'm not going to do that. Jimmy does that a whole lot better than I do. So I'll leave it up to you, Jim. Back to that, WI9HF.
Oh, you did fine, Chad. Don't worry about it. Hopefully you start getting check-ins soon, or you might have to consider putting the net on a hiatus and picking it up again this fall. But that's a good net. Well, of course, yesterday there was no Northern Illinois Skywarn training net, and the Thursday evening health and tech net only ran about 10 minutes. And then there was Larry K9KCT was not available to do cold practice, so I thought, well, I'll just, after that net got done, I thought I'd switch over to 146.400 and see if the net was still on. I did hear Scott, K9YI. He had a good signal there, because you guys were carrying on a good conversation. You were having no problem copying each other, so that was good.
Yeah, that was good copy from Monroe. I'm a little convinced, though, the band conditions lately have been kind of down. Because you were a pretty rough copy last night. Jimmy, usually I can copy you a lot better than that. So I think the band conditions might have been a little bit low. I know that Milwaukee, you were to the Pink Hamsters net for Erica before this, and that was even a little bit noisy. So what do you think about band conditions, Jimmy? I think they're kind of lousy.
I'll tell you what, Chad. I had no problem copying you whatsoever. And during the time I listened to the net, you're saying I was copying every word you're saying. But I believe you're right about that. Hey, Chad, before I forget about, we're This is the special Memorial Day edition of Friday Night Fun Net. I'm asking everybody who we had several hams who were in the military. And I was asking everybody, do you have any family members who are currently serving or formerly served in the military?
Well, my brother was in the Army for a little while in the 80s, but he never served really active duty or anything. I want to say something about the Falkland Islands, 1981 or 2. I don't know what that was all about, but I thought he went there, but I don't think so. I don't really remember. But our friend Dick from church, who we consider him family, he served he was between Korean War and Vietnam War. And what did he do, Eric, over his branch? We don't remember what branch he was in. He was in the military, though, so definitely thank you, Dick, for your service, even though he can't hear me. And our buddy Doug, N4 UCM, he retired last year from the military as MP, military police, and he actually went to, I think it was Ukraine, back in 2017 or 18. He came back from that, so he moved up to Duluth. So thank you, Doug, for his service as well. So that's about it from here, Jimmy.
Okay, thanks very well. Okay, the Falklands War. That was back in 1982. Argentina invaded the Falkland Islands. That's British-owned territory off the coast of Argentina. The UK, that's governed by the UK, but Argentina still claims those islands. Islas Malvinas is actually their name for it. They occupied the islands for a while. A few months later, British troops there defeated them. They forced the Argentinians to withdraw. But that was what it was back in a few months, April and early summer of 1982. That was what it was.
Someplace around that, in that time. Maybe my brother was talking about being deployed, but I don't think he ever was. I was like 11 back then, so I don't know. But I do want to say to all those on the air right now listening who have family members, friends, or even in the military or were in the military yourself, do want to say thank you for your service, for sure. Do appreciate that.
You bet. Nothing wrong with that. And, I always say this, and I'll say this when I close down the net. When you sit down to your picnic on Monday, Memorial Day, please remember what this holiday is all about, why we celebrate this holiday. This is to honor our war dead. It's to those who made this supreme sacrifice so we can have the freedoms we have in this wonderful country today. So that's about it there. Yeah, we're going to have, for the first time in 5 years, we're going to have our Memorial Day parade here in Freeport, and our Stevens County Repeater Association is going to be they're going to be doing the parade this year. Of course, weather conditions and COVID had a lot to do with the successive years not having our parade here in Freeport. So, okay, Chad. Hey, so 3, have a good evening. Thanks for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. Well, then we talk to you down the log. At this time, do we have any more stations you want to check in? Please call now.
Hey, Jimmy, it's good to hear you clear as bell. KD9, BBX in Janesville.
KD9MED. Okay, Erica, I've got you checked in. You and Chad have a same Memorial Day holiday, and we'll definitely talk to you down the log. And thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net.
All right. Yeah, I thought she had more to say than that, but to be honest, Jeff, she has one more comment here, Jimmy.
Okay, go ahead.
You and Chad's sentiment about being appreciative of what those who've come before us, whether they came back or did not, or they're still missing in action. Thank you for all that they've done so that we can do everything we do on a daily basis, because without their sacrifice, we wouldn't be able to make our own decisions as much as we do, you know. Anyhow, I do have a cousin who is in the military, my cousin Ryan, and his wife is also military. They're in Annapolis, and his dad before him was, I think his grandpa also was in. So it's a family chain of people serving. My grandpa was in WW2, and even though he was in the end of the war and didn't see action, he was part of the cleanup, and he was processing POWs and things. So he seen enough of casualties in a totally different way. It took him years and years to be able to tell us what he did. So he prefers to talk about VE Day when he was just got to France and all the women were hugging and kissing the American soldiers. So anyway, have a wonderful Memorial Day weekend, everyone, and happy summer, because that's coming up too. KD9VBX.
Thank you, Erica, for your comments, and thanks for that your members of your family for their service to this wonderful country of ours. So, okay. At this time, do we have any more stations who'd like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please go now. Well, I'll tell you what, I'll just go ahead and do a rundown of all the other nets we have in the area. At 10 o'clock, if you're able to pick up the 444 point, just a minute, what am I saying? Let's start over again. At 10 o'clock, if you're able to pick up the 443.750 repeater in Chicago, the PL 114.8 to plus offset, Night Watch will be having their nightly net. That net runs 7 nights a week. They were coming in pretty good last night. Well, they'll fade out once in a while, but for the most part, the signal was coming in good. That net runs 7 nights a week, and if you cannot get into that repeater does have EchoLink. So, okay. Don't forget, tomorrow evening at 8 p.m., more than likely on this repeater, we will hold the Saturday evening Raichu net. It starts at 8 o'clock. I believe Larry, K9KZT, I believe you'll be your net control. I don't know. We'll just have to see. We'll just have to see what happens with that. We go around a few times. Net control has a preferred subject. If you don't want to talk about that, you can bring up something else. But we go around a few, three or four times. We talk about different stuff. That's what it's all about. Rag to it. So Saturday evening Rag to net. Tomorrow evening at 8 p.m. More than likely on this repeater. And we got the Saturday night fun net, which is held at the same time on the 146 910 repeater in Milwaukee. Technically, that repeater is located in New Berlin, Wisconsin. PL 127.3 Maya Sawset. Got to check in a certain way, and some of the topics they talk about, I wouldn't even dream of bringing them up. I've not been able to hear that net ever since we started the Saturday evening at Raichu net, so that's about it. Okay, let me reset. Okay, now, Sunday evening, there will be no Greene County Aries nets. There will be no nets this coming Sunday night. Usually the night before a holiday, like that chunk of KD9 WCM and EC in Greene County decides not to have a net just on the Sunday before a holiday, like for Memorial Day, Labor Day, or what have you. So there will be no Greene County Aries net on this coming Sunday. Scott K9YI is net control of that net, the combination Aries Races and the Rag 2 net. So far, he has not yet checked into this net. This is K9 GCR to Friday Night Fun Net on the K9RFD Repeater Rockford, transmitting for Friday Night Fun Net Central and Freeport. Are there any more stations you'd like to check in? Please call now. Okay, let's see. There are two. Let's see. There are two other nets on Sunday nights. There are the Big Thunder Amps Radio Club in Belvedere holds its Sunday evening net at 8 p.m. on the 147.375 repeater in Belvedere. PL 100.0 minus plus offset. I regret to say I was not able to get into that repeater last Sunday night. Sometimes I can get into that repeater, other times I can't. Last Sunday night, I couldn't get in at all. And also the, trying to think. Oh yeah, the Whiteside County Aries group holds its Sunday evening at 8 p.m. on the 146.850 repeater in Sterling. Till 114.8 minus offset. You shouldn't have any problem getting that repeater. That antenna is located 300 feet in the air on the Illinois State Police Troop 1 radio tower, down at their headquarters in Sterling. Okay, Monday evening, this coming Monday evening, we will have a Monday evening rah-rah info net. Hopefully on 146.61 repeater, but if we can't hold there, we'll more than likely hold it here. Larry, K9KCT, and I share the duties of net control operator. Let's see. I ran the net this past Monday, so he'll run it this coming Monday night. In the Lee County Aries group holds its Monday evening net at 8 p.m. on the 146.970 repeater in Dixon that has a PL 82.5 minus offset. The Kishwaukee Amps Radio Club holds its Monday evening net at 8:30 on the 146.730 repeater in the DeKalb with the PL 100.0 minus offset. Tuesday evening, we got 2 or 3 or 4 other nets. Tuesday evening at 7 p.m. On the 146.610 repeater in Rockford, or more than likely here on this repeater. We have the Tuesday evening Health and Tech Net with Larry, Ace 9GO, your net control operator. We ask everybody out there doing health-wise, and if you need any assistance, if anybody has any technical questions. At the same time that net is going on, the Rock County Aries Racing Group holds its Tuesday evening net, also at 7 p.m. on the 145.450 repeater in Janesville, PL 123.0 minus offset. Okay, the guys down in Ogle County just recently started a brand new net. It's the Ogle County Amateur Radio Net. That net meets at 8:30 p.m. on Tuesday evenings on the 147.165 repeater in Oregon. That has a PL 146.2 plus offset. If they have time, when they get done with their main net, they'll switch over to 146.595 simplex for a short simplex net. And after they get done with that, they switched back to the 147165 repeater in Oregon for the 9 o'clock Ogle County Amateur Radio net for Aries Skywarn. You might as well say that's 3 nets in 1. Okay, Wednesday evening at 7 p.m. here in Freeform, the 147.390 repeater, PO 114.8 plus offset. I host the weekly Steamson County Aries net. Then at 7:30 p.m. on the 147.120 repeater in Beloit, the PO 123.0 plus offset. The Greater Beloit Amateur Radio Club holds its Wednesday evening net. I regret to say I'm not able to get into that repeater, let alone hear it. Then Wednesday evenings at 8 p.m. on the 147.390 repeater in Freeport, PO 114.8 plus offset. We have our Wednesday evening swap net. It runs from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. or until all traffic is handled. Mel K9RFD, the trustee of that repeater, and I share the duties of net control operator. I ran a net this past Wednesday, and he'll run it next Wednesday. I think I had a total of, I think it was 7, 8, or 9 check-ins, but that's a good net. Mel K9RFD on Braces Amateur Radio News Line. 15-minute independent news broadcast about the entire day Amateur Radio. Okay, now Thursday evening at 7 p.m. We normally hold the Northern Illinois Skywarn training net with Ricky, WX9RLT. However, he was not around this past Thursday evening, and he was not around last Thursday evening either. I don't know what's going on. So instead, I went ahead and did the Thursday evening Elton and the Tech net. So last night the net only lasted 10 minutes. Larry K9KCT did not have a CW practice. As soon as that net was over, I switched over to 146.400 for the Thursday evening Rock County Aries net, which is hosted by Chad, W9AXD. I got to hear a good portion of it, and I even got to check in too. There was Scott K9YI and Erica and another Hammond checked in on myself. So do check in, excuse me, do check into that net, folks. Otherwise, Chad may have to consider suspending the net for the summer months and picking it up again this fall. But do check out that net. 146.400, 7 p.m. Thursday evening. Okay, the Senile net is held each and every day, Monday through Friday, from 1400 to 1500 hours Zulu on 14.287 megahertz, 20 meters upper sideband, with Chuck, WD9MED, as your net control operator. Okay, now you're all caught up to date on your nets. Support your local net control operators, your local nets, your local repeaters. If you're a member of any ham radio club, by all means support your local club. Now, at this time, are there any more stations who would like to check in the Friday Night Fun net? Please call now. Let me tell you about the Friday Night Fun Net Central Facebook page. As soon as we get done with this net, Mike, K9MED, is going to post this net. You can listen to it live. You can listen to it on the internet, or you can listen to it on the Friday Night Fun Net Central Facebook page. Contact, go to the Friday Night Fun Net Central Facebook page and follow instructions. And you'll be able to hear this net, not only this net, but the last, you'll be here last week's net and previous edition of Friday Night Fun Net. You missed the Friday Night Fun Net when it's not on. Real simple. Go to Friday Night Fun Net Facebook page and check out the Friday Night Fun Net. And if you want to, and if there's a particular net you're interested in, go follow instructions. You can hear that net. It's Friday night every night of the week with the Friday Night Fun Net Facebook page. It's 3 a.m. You can't get to sleep, so I thought, well, you know what? I'm gonna turn on the Friday Night Fun Net and listen to that. I'll turn on. Maybe that'll put me to sleep. So, okay. Friday Night Fun Net, all day, every day, all night, every night, with the Friday Night Fun Net Central Facebook page. Next, I want to tell you about the Friday Night Fun Net hotline. We've not had any calls, check-ins on the hotline tonight. But when I'm transmitting, and you hear that phone ring, that's a real telephone ring, folks, not that phony baloney cell phone ring. You seen pictures of it on the Facebook page? It's a traditional red desktop touch-tone telephone. Okay. Okay, at this time, do we have any more stations? We'd like to check the Friday Night Fun Net. Please call now. Well, Kurt, KD9MED is not checked in. You know, I just remembered something. This is Memorial Day weekend, so maybe he and his wife went to see his son in Camp Lejeune in the Marine Corps. So I was thinking about that. So I don't know. I don't know if Dean K9FLO will check in tonight either. Well, if he doesn't, I'll put both of them down as honorary check-ins. Okay, I'll tell you what. I don't know if there are any major HF contests going on this weekend or not, but I'll tell you what I'm going to do. In order to kill some time here, I think I'm just going to go ahead and do the X Code of Conduct and the Contester's Code of Ethics. Okay. The X Code of Conduct. 1. I will listen and listen and then listen again before calling. 2. I will only call if I can copy the DX station properly. 3. I will not trust the DX cluster and will be sure of the DX station's call sign before calling. 4. I will not interfere with the DX station nor anyone calling and will never tune up on the DX frequency or in the QSX slot. 5. I will wait for the DX station to end a contact before I call. 6. I will always send my full call sign. 7. I will call and then listen for a reasonable interval. I will not call continuously. 8. I will not transmit when the DX operator calls another call sign, not mine. 9. I will not transmit when the DX operator queries a call sign not like mine. 10. I will not transmit when the DX station requests geographic areas not other than mine. 11. When the DX operator calls me, I will not repeat my call sign unless I think he has copied it incorrectly. 12. I will be thankful if and when I do make a contact. 13. I will respect my fellow hams and conduct myself so as to earn their respect. And this is number 14. This was suggested by Kerry, K9MED. Number 14. I will send a QSL card to the DX operator to confirm my contact with the station. That's the DX Code of Conduct. Okay, before I read the contestants' code of ethics, do we have any more stations who would like to check in the Friday Night Fun at this time? Please call now. Okay, now I will read the contestants' code of ethics. 1. I will learn and obey the rules of any contest I enter, including the rules of my entry category. 2. I will obey the rules for amateur radio in my country. 3. I will not modify my log after the contest by using additional data sources to correct call sign / exchange errors. 4. I will accept the judging and scoring decisions of the contest sponsor's final. 5. I will adhere to the DX Code of Conduct in my operating style. 6. I will yield my frequency to any emergency communications activity. And finally, number 7. I will operate my transmitter with sufficient signal quality to minimize interference to others. That's the contesters' code of ethics. I'll tell you what Ricky, K9QDP, said one time, and this might be truthful. If everybody adhered to the DX Code of Conduct and the contesters' code of ethics, hardly anybody will be making any contact. But we recommend that you do so. Observe the DX Code of Conduct and the contesters' code of ethics. So, like I said, I'm not sure of any DX contests going on this weekend. We'll see what happens. Do we have any more stations who'd like to check the Friday Night Fun net? Please call now. Okay, now I will go ahead and read the amateur's code. 1. The amateur is considerate. He never knowingly uses the air in such a way as to lessen the pleasures of others. 2. The amateur is loyal. He offers his loyalty, encouragement, and support to his fellow radio amateurs, his local club, and to the American Radio Relay League to which amateur radio is represented. 3. The amateur is progressive. He keeps the station abreast of times. It is well-built and efficient. His operating practice is above reproach. 4. The amateur is friendly. Slow and patient sending when requested. Friendly advice and counsel to the beginner. Kindly assistance, cooperation, and consideration for the interests of others. These are marks of the amateur's spirit. 5. The amateur is balanced. Radio is his hobby. He never allows to interfere with any of his duties he owes in his home, his job, his school, or his community. And finally, number 6. The amateur is patriotic. His knowledge and his station are always ready for the service of his country and his community. That's the amateur's code, as Tony K9RFD, our EC here in Sims County says. Some to live by not only on the radio, but throughout life itself. Okay, at this time, are there any more stations who would like to check in the Friday Night Fun net? Please call now. I'll tell you what, boy, is this net slow or what? So far, I've only had 20 stations that checking in. I think everybody's out enjoying the weather. You can't blame them. So, well, I'll tell you what, I'll read some radio nut joke. This is number 29 of the original radio nut joke. This is number, you know you're a radio nut when your cat or dog instinctively knows not to bother you when you're in your Radio Shack. Here's number 30. You know you're a radio nut when all the local cops know your vehicle on site. It's the blue Crown Vic with 6 antennas, the side-mounted spotlights, and the yellow light bars. That's from Brad, the WW2D. And, well, Brad added that one. That's one that's part of number 30 of the original radio nut jokes, but Brad added that. So, let's see if we can find another one here. Here's number 6 of the original radio nut joke. You know you're a radio nut when you absolutely need a radio with thousands of channels. Even though you live in a town with 3 cops and a volunteer fire department, and the airport is 350 miles away. Justin Perkins, K9FDO, love that radio nut joke. Here's one from Mike, K9JZ. I don't know if he's listening or not there, but I remember this one. You know you're a radio nut when your power goes out, but you don't worry about because then you key your mic and every fluorescent light in your house comes on. There's another one from my K9JZ. You know you're a radio nut when one of your local Skyward members and your dog are both named Stormy. Okay, this is the last radio nut joke for the evening. It's from Kirk, KD9MED. You know you're a radio nut when, after eating at a restaurant, instead of leaving money for a tip, you leave a note that says, "Tip, 20 meters is open today." Well, I hope you enjoy the radio nut jokes. If you have homemade radio nut jokes you want to pass along, you can give me a call here on the radio or on the Friday Night Fun Net hotline. Area code 815-232-FN, or the 232-3636, the local Freeport number. The homemade radio nut jokes are better than the 30 original ones anyway. Okay, do we have any more stations? So I check the Friday Night Fun Net at this time. Please go now.
KD9EPZ.
KD9EPZ, good evening, Al. What's going on with you?
Trying to watch a Star Trek movie they're doing on Channel 23, and I'm trying to catch you during commercials.
Okay, I'll still be monitoring. You finish watching your show. Thank you for checking in.
That's quite all right. I can't give you any DX reports. Somebody wheeled my walker in front against my HF antenna. so I can't even use my HF.
Oh, boy. If it ain't one thing, it's another. Give somebody a call, or give Mike a call, or somebody. Have someone come and move that in the walker so you can use your HF.
I'm trying to think of when it was done. It may have been. I may have used the HF since then. But anyway, yeah, it may have been when the guys got. I had my roof colored, coated with white sealer, so it's now white. It doesn't soak up the sun as bad.
Okay, well that's good. That's good. Hopefully you'll find a way to get that. You get some protection for that trailer, especially next week. It's really going to be hot, for sure.
Well, that will help. I've been able to feel it already. It's helping. So at least it'll make it a little bit easier for my air conditioner to try to keep up next week when it gets really hot. I've got plans on adding some insulation too, but it has to be done. It has to be done, one thing at a time. I've still got half the roof on my credit card. I have to wait till next check, and then hopefully the government will get their butt in gear, and we'll have a July check. Right now, we may not have a July check, neither one of us.
Well, we'll wait and see what happens. According to what I heard on the news, there is some hope that maybe President Biden said there'll be maybe some kind of a deal will be struck tonight.
I hope something, because I think they said, what was there? I don't know how many thousands of people are dependent on that, on that Social Security check. And I know you and I are.
Yeah, well, we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Well, the deadline's been extended to June 5th, so we'll just see what happens.
Well, I know I get my check on the 3rd. Well, it's direct deposited. I'm not sure if you get yours at the same time or not.
Oh yeah, I do. Mine goes right straight to the bank. Yeah.
Anyway, I'll let you get back to net. That's why I would check in though. KD9ETZ back to net. Have a good evening.
You too, Al. Hey, before I let you go, this is Memorial Day edition of the net. This is Memorial Day weekend. I'm asking everybody, did you have any family members who are serving or formerly or at one time served in the military?
Oh yeah, my father served in the military.
Okay, sounds good, Al. I'm going to let you go so you can finish watching your show. Probably got less than 15 minutes to go before 10 o'clock news time. Okay, 7:30, Al. Maybe we'll catch you on the rag tune net tomorrow night. I don't know who'll be net control. I believe it'll be Larry, K9KGT. So we'll talk to you later. K9G Sheriff Lure, thank you for taking the Friday Night Fun Net. Okay, at this time, are there any more stations who'd like to check in to the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I think I'm just going to go ahead and do my honorary check-ins with the K9RFD Our EC here in Stevenson County, HD Ronnery check-in. Next we'll do N9TAB. Tracy, that's Tony's better at, HD Honorary check-in. And we mustn't forget the beautiful Kishwaukee River Yacht Club south of Rockford. Scott, A9, Silver Fox, HD Honorary check-in. Justin, K9FDO, HD Honorary check-in. One of the best guys in the whole world. He doesn't check in often, but he listens every Friday night. Richard, N9ZO from Belvedere, HD Honorary check-in, okay? Okay. Okay, Kevin. W9AXD Honorary check-in. All right. And I got checking Brad, AH2 Alpha Hotel to India. He suggested he suggested the Friday Night Fun Net back in 2008. Okay. Alpha Hotel to India. HD Honorary check-in. You guys used to know him as WW9 WWW. A9G WW2D, but he and I started this net back in 2008. Okay, Brandon, K9LOA, in Lena, HD9LOA, HD Honorary check-in. Number 30 is John at KD9OBJ. Right now he's working his shift at Lemons Ambulance Service in Lena. Firefighter, paramedic for McConnell Fire Department here in Stevenson County. KD9OBJ. HD Honorary check-in. Okay, at this time, are there any more stations who like to check the Friday Night Fun Net? Please go now.
KC9GCR, K9FLO.
K9FLO, good evening, Dean. Kirk K9N is not on tonight. I'm assuming maybe he went to be with his son there.
Oh, I think that's very likely. He's doing the family quality time.
Well, that's good. I'm glad that he's able to do this. That's for sure. This is the Memorial Day edition of Friday Night Fun, and this is something I do every year. Do you have any family members? Did you serve in the military, or do you have any family members who are currently or formerly served at one time?
No, I don't. Other than a great-grandfather, I think, going back far enough to Civil War, was a captain. That's as far as back I can go. But then tonight I did buy a couple veterans dinner tonight in appreciation, so that's kind of what we do every year down at our club in Rockford, and kind of appreciation and give them some good food.
That That's good. That's good that you were able to do that. Thank you for their services. This is what I've been doing during the net, especially those whose dads or their family members served in the military. I always say thank them for their services. And of course, we have several other hands here who served at one time. Let's see. W9AXD and K9MED, Mike, Don Rochelle, is live streaming this net on the internet and they're recording it for the Friday Night Fun Net Facebook page. So that's yes, that's for sure. So that's why I tell people when you sit down to your picnic dinner on Monday, let's remember what this holiday is all about.
Boy, that's for sure. And yeah, it was something we do every year, and we have quite a few members down at our club in Rockford that they're veterans, so kind of show them some appreciation. And otherwise, a beautiful night. I just heard the forecast, and it's going to be more hot. So I don't know. Not much rain coming. That's not good. It's going to make the farmers unhappy, and myself too, because then I'm going to have to start watering. So otherwise, not much happening here. Going to be a stay-at-home here, quiet weekend, although we don't do much as far as that part of it. We don't have Monday off because we have 7 days a week off, I guess. How's that sound there, Jimmy?
Yeah, that's for sure. The week, you know, I'll tell you what. Friday is my favorite day of the week for obvious reasons with the Friday Night Fun. And this is my weekend. Saturday and Sunday, I couldn't care less. I think I think I got to be that way when I was in the facility in Belvedere battling COVID. Saturday and Sunday, nobody gave me no therapy or something. It was just a boring weekend. I wanted to get out of there and come home. But I think that's what the weekends. I used to look forward to the weekends, but not so much anymore. I do look forward to this coming Monday because we'll have our parade here in Freeport for the first time in 5 years. Our Repeater Association is going to be coordinating it.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, very good. So yeah, that's about it going on here. Not much. Running a little bit behind here. Figured I better get down there. The wife was having me working on a little project she's working on and helping her out. So that was been my late evening going on. And that's about it here, Jimmy. It's almost that time there. 10 o'clock witching hours coming up. KC9GCR, K9FL.
Dean, thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. You have a good evening and enjoy your weekend. Have a safe and sane Memorial Day holiday. We'll definitely talk to you next Friday night. K9GCR, thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net.
7-3, Jimmy. K9FL.
Okay, at this time, do we have any more stations who would like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. Okay, I want to thank Dan, N9DCH, and the members of the 195 group for allowing me to use this repeater for those the Friday Night Fun Net when we can't use it on 6-1. Hopefully the situation will be resolved and we'll be able to go back to using the 6-1 repeater. So I'm going to run down the list of check-ins so far. Yours truly, Net Control K9GCR, and my two early bird check-ins, Larry, K9KCT, and Joe, K9JPP. Okay, these are the stations of check-in so far during the net. W9JTC, K9YBG, H9JZ, KC9, just a minute. Oh, I hope I didn't check them in twice. I better check. No, thank goodness I did. I'm going to run down the list of check-ins again. Myself, K9G Chair, net control, my two early bird check-ins. Yeah, K9 KCT Larry and K9JPP Joel. Now these are stations of check-ins so far during the net. W9JTC, K9YBG, H9JT, H9NW, N9GBP, H9QPL, K9SSV, and those are my short time stations. K9QVW, Angelo, and that's Wayne Rowley's check, that's good. W3MBX, Matt, N9EGF, Kevin, and thanks to the guys for the wonderful swap meet social we had last Sunday. K9MED, Mike, we live streamed this net on the internet and recording this net for future rebroadcast on Friday Night Fun Net Facebook page. K9MAP, Gary, the Duke of Digital DX, thanks for checking. K9GOL, Jimmy, H9GO, Larry and Rockton, WI9HF, make sure you check in the Simplex net every Thursday evening at 7 p.m. on 146-400. And Chaz better have K9VBX, K9EPZL, and I'll do my honorary check-ins. K9RFD Tony, N9CAB Tracy is better at. AK9F, the stock at the beautiful Kishwaukee River Yacht Club south of Rockford. Give me a call, I'll give him his phone number. We gotta see about getting him back on the air. That's all there is to it. K9FBO Justin, N9CO Richard and Belvedere. W9KLG Kevin, AH2 India Brad. K9LA Brandon in Lena, K9OBJ John McConnell, and K9FLO Dean. So let's see how many I got here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 on-air check-ins, and let's see, 2 early bird, 20 on-air check-ins, 2 early bird check-ins, and let's see how many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9 honorary check-ins. Total of 31 check-ins overall. Are there any more stations you want to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. Well, I'll tell you what, folks, it was a great net tonight. So hopefully you had a wonderful time. Be sure you tell your mothers, your fathers, and your sons and daughters, your brothers and sisters, your aunts and uncles, your nieces, your nephews, your grandparents, your in-laws, your neighbors, across street, down street, next door. Be sure you tell your butcher, your baker, your candlestick maker. Be sure you tell the clerk behind the checkout counter at the grocery store. Be sure to tell the clerk behind the counter at your local convenience store. Be sure you tell your waiters, your waitresses, and your bartenders at your friendly neighborhood bars, restaurants, taverns, or pubs. Be sure you tell the members of your local PTA or PTO. Be sure you tell the clerk behind the counter at your post office when you buy your envelopes or stamps. Be sure you tell your bank cashier when you go to cash your checks, withdraw money. Sure you tell your used car dealer, your new car dealer. Sure you tell your priests, your ministers, your rabbis, your mullahs, your ayatollahs, or your imams. Sure you tell your members of your local PTA or PTO. Sure you tell your probation officer, your parole officer, or divorce lawyer. Sure you tell your boyfriends, your girlfriends, your ex-boyfriends, your ex-girlfriends. Your husbands, your wives, your ex-husbands, your ex-wives, your ex-in-laws. Of course, your old ladies about the Friday Night Fun. More check-ins are better than that. Make sure you have valid MC license before you check in. We do not take check-ins from jailbirds, jammers, potty mouths, crackheads, dopeheads, bondheads, telemarketers. If you take an E or sit in the clubhouse, clench your fist when national anthems are being played. We don't take your check-ins. If you don't back the bull, we don't take your check-ins. That's all there is to it. This is K9GCR with the Friday Night Fun Net on the K9RFD Repeater in Rockford, transmitting for Friday Night Fun Net Central and Freeport. It is now 10 p.m. curfew time. Parents, do you know where your children are at? Lockdown, lockdown. At this very moment, Winnebago County Jail is going into lockdown. Gary, K9MED, was telling me he listens to jail frequencies on the scanner. Exactly at this time. There's dispatch radios of your correction officers. Lockdown. All the jailbirds are being put to bed at this very moment. 99 jailbirds, sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Okay, I want to thank everybody for checking the Friday Night Fun Net for this Memorial Day weekend. And people, please, when you sit down your picnic dinner, or what have you, this coming Monday, or whatever you like, or Sunday, or tomorrow, Sunday, or Monday, Memorial Day Monday, please, remember what this holiday is all about, and why we celebrate this holiday. It's to honor our war dead, who made a supreme sacrifice, so we can have the freedoms we enjoy in this wonderful country of ours. Okay, I think everybody's checked in who's going to check in. Does anybody have any questions, comments, input, or any traffic for the net? Okay, with that, this is the last call. For any stations who want to check in the Friday Night Fun Net, remember we're in the region without traffic, please call K9GCR. Last call for Ratchetjaw. And like I said, when you sit down your Memorial Day dinner this coming Monday night, please remember what this holiday is all about and why we celebrate it. It's to honor our war dead, those who made the supreme sacrifice so we can enjoy the freedoms we have in this wonderful country of ours. Okay, tune in again next week, same time, same repeater, for another edition of the Friday Night Fun Net. Until then, this is Jim, K9GCR. Now closing down this Friday Memorial Day edition of the Friday Night Fun Net for Friday, May 26, 2023, and return the repeater to the frequency normal and radio use at 10:02 p.m. Central Daylight Time. 3 hours, 2 minutes Zulu time with a total of 31 check-ins overall. 7-3s, everybody. Have a safe and sane holiday weekend. We'll talk to you next Friday night. This is K9GCR wishing you all a very pleasant good night. 7-3. K9MED, K9MED, K9GCR. Go ahead and post it, Mike. We had a 2-hour, 2-minute net and an unofficial count of 31 check-ins. Talk to you later. K9GCR, we're going to talk to you next Friday night. Good night.